Yeah, good morning UK. It's Dean here and it is 6:30 in the morning and I thought I would get back into the saddle of doing these live videos. And I wanted to talk today about a problem everybody faces, like literally everybody faces. And it is this: how do you keep those ideas coming? How do you share stuff when you feel like you've said everything? When you feel like there's nothing left to share? And that's what I'm going to share with you, my way of doing that. Because if you think about it, we should be stuck on a topic. If we want to become subject matter experts, be seen as the go-to authority in what we do, we should be talking about a topic and kind of rotating around those same issues over and over and over again. But many of you, and I know I'm in the same camp here, go, I'm sick of saying the same things. Or you go to Google and you realize, actually, people have already said this stuff. So I feel like I'm just saying stuff that's already been said. And you are. You are in some senses. But because most of what, let's be honest, right? I help people acquire clients. That's what I do. There is 10 million pieces of content out there already made about that stuff. Most of it's been said. So how do I keep saying that same stuff and keep myself engaged, but also keep the audience engaged who's probably seen maybe not 10 million versions of it, but at least seen 1,000 people talking about a LinkedIn profile or outreach messages or content? That's the challenge we have. So I've got a simple framework that I use to basically make something new out of something old. So LinkedIn profile, it's been talked about to death. Yeah. But still, today, there are people who do not optimize their profile, don't make it so that people can buy from them. And I talk about it like a pre-selling profile. So I've got to talk about something that's been talked about to death and bring something new to it. And this is where we go wrong. What we think is we have to find something that's not been said. And that takes us down a rabbit warren of looking for something that has never been said. And that's a nightmare. Like, what do I know about a profile that's never been shared before? That's really difficult. So we have this scenario, you have this scenario of, I've got to say the same things, but I feel like it's already been said. So let me give you a simple process that you can follow. First off, if you want to come up with infinite ideas of things to share, you need to break your topic down into tiny details. So LinkedIn profile is part of client acquisition on LinkedIn, social selling. For me, I'll use my example. So LinkedIn profile is part of it, but I've not broken it down enough. I've got banner, I've got headline, I've got profile picture, I've got web links, I've got services section, I've got the about section, I got the featured section, I got the experience, I got the recommendations. So take a little bit of time and break your topic down into the major topics: LinkedIn profile, outreach, content. Yeah, break it down into the major topics. Then take those major topics and break them down individually. So LinkedIn profile would break down to banner, headline, company link, all of those different things. Write them all down. The first challenge we have is if you're trying to think of what do I create, your head can't easily break things down on the fly. So break everything down. Major topics, subtopics. Yeah, so you've broke it all down, and now you might have 3 or 4 major topics, but now you've got probably, 10 or 15 subtopics of that whole piece. So you've broke it all down, just checking this is all working. You've got your major subtopics, your subtopics. Now, this is the real important point of putting a spin on it. I'm just making sure that this is all working because my camera just flickered on me. So now it's about putting a fresh spin on it. So I can tell you how important a LinkedIn profile banner is, but that's been said as well, right? So I can't just say it's important your banner does this because you've probably heard that before. So here's 3 ways to put a fresh spin on a boring or said before subtopic. Number 1, put a new angle on it, an angle. So for an example, I could do, it's not my thing, but I'll give you this as an example. I could show you what certain famous names, LinkedIn banners would look like. I could get designed Elon Musk's and Mel Robbins and Jeff Bezos' LinkedIn banners and show you what they look like and what good looks like. So instead of me just going, hey, a LinkedIn headline, a LinkedIn profile banner is so important, I can say, here's what Jeff Bezos would look like, here's what, and then explain why I did what I did for that banner. So think about one of your subtopics. How can I put an angle on it and kind of bolt on something that's a little out of the ordinary, a little unusual? Yeah. If Jesus had a LinkedIn profile, what would it look like? Yeah. You see what I mean? So what I'm doing is providing a form of entertainment and bolting on to some key message. And then that way, I get the novelty factor bolted onto a topic I want to talk about. So that's a real simple way to talk about your knowledge and put an interesting or novel spin on something. And people will get it. People will see it and go, oh, I get why they do that. And so you're showing people something in a new way about an old thing that everybody's said before. So the first one is angle. So this could be actually, maybe there's something trending in the news that's relevant and you bolt it into your topic. So just recently, for an example, Meta is trialing paying for no ads. So you pay $3.99 a month and it will stop you getting ads in your feed. So I did an article and wrote a little post about how Meta was doing this and said, if this is successful, you can see LinkedIn doing the same thing. So I used what Meta's move was and put it in the context of LinkedIn. That's an angle. Anybody can do that. You can do that. The next one is perspective. So this is about inserting your beliefs on a subtopic, LinkedIn headline, or LinkedIn profile, or something to do within your industry, inserting your beliefs on a particular issue. One of the many challenges you've got is if you don't break down your content, it's very hard to have opinions about big nebulous concepts or big topics without actually breaking it down into detail. It's like what you end up doing is half-baked doing it. Like I can share a lot of opinions about a LinkedIn banner, what I think people should do, not telling them how to, but what they should do and what I think is a mistake. So I can put my perspective, what I believe, my opinions on a particular narrow aspect of one of my main topics, a subtopic. You can do 10 different versions of that. You could go, what do I think about LinkedIn banners? What do I think about LinkedIn headlines? I talk about where I think it's going. So look, literally, like, why do I think this way? Yeah. So it's about the way you think about a particular topic and explaining it. And again, on a LinkedIn profile, I might have 10, 15 subtopics in there. And literally, I could write an opinion on each one. I could write what I think, why I think it's important, what I think is a mistake, all of those different things. So what I'm thinking, what I think and believe about a subtopic. So we've got angles first, then we've got the kind of thinking, the opinions, beliefs, perspective. So now we've done two areas where we've actually broke that topic down and created unique angles on what is something that's been said a million times. And both of those create a new dimension for the audience looking at it and going, okay, I've never thought about it in that way. I've never seen it in that way. So you'd be surprised how many people have heard everything that they need to know. I see this all the time. I've taught thousands of people, in fact, probably like in person now, maybe 25, 30,000 people how to get clients on LinkedIn. Online, God knows how many. And I see, even though all the advice is out there, for some people, they just don't get it. It doesn't land for them. So even though the information's out there, it doesn't land. And so you putting your angle and your perspective on it actually gives them a new way to see it. And you're not going to land with everybody. But I've had people come to me and I've shared something obvious, like what to me is blatantly obvious. And they've come, I've never seen it like that way. You've changed the way I think about it. So your angle, your perspective might be the light bulb for somebody else because of the way you share it, the way you explain it. So angle and perspective are important. Now, the third one of these dimensions is your experiences. So this is about things that have happened to you on that topic. So it could be your direct experience. So I made a new banner and here's what happened. Yeah. But it could also be some of the things you've been doing with your clients, obviously anonymized. So you don't want to kind of just post about them if they're not happy about it. But things that you've experienced or seen or witnessed firsthand about that subtopic. So instead of your content ending up quite preachy, it's more observational. Like, this is what I've been seeing. And I've spoke to a couple of clients and this is what they're saying as well. So you can literally go, well, what's my major topics? What's my subtopics? Now, what experiences have I had with this scenario? And look for what maybe the audience will relate to. So 3 different angles to make the boring subject interesting again. Yeah, angles, perspective, and experiences. And remember, the most important thing is to break your topic down. Not on the fly, break it down so that you've got loads of different things you can talk about. And I'll say one more thing before I wrap up and start my day. And you can see the sun's come up behind, it's brighter now. Before I start my day and get on with what I need to do. Content posting is not art. Yeah. And sometimes, and I'm guilty of this, I don't feel a post. Now, there's 2 responses to that. If you don't feel a post, don't share. If you don't feel it. There's also the response of, well, you don't have to feel it. It's a function of your business to get your message out there. It's going to help you build your business and build your pipeline. I'm in the second camp. Actually, mentally, I'm in the first camp. I'm an emotional poster. I want to feel it. But I realized that actually wanting to feel it was kind of destructive because what I'm basically saying is I'm an artist. And when you adopt that thinking about content, you end up trapped, stuck. Because some days you wake up and, I didn't feel like going live today, but I went, no, I'm out of practice. I'll just get into it. Yeah, I've not done a live because of travel. I'll get into it. I'll just do it. So I found that some of the best pieces of content have been the ones I didn't feel. The things that have resonated with people the most are the ones I didn't want to do. And so don't make it art, make it a function. I've got something to say about LinkedIn headline today. What can I say? Just say it. Put an angle on it, put a perspective on it, and share it. There's nowhere in this world, and I know some people might think I'm anti-content. I'm really not anti-content. I'm anti-content being the thing you put all your chips on. I see it as a supportive to your main core activity to acquire clients. It supports, it helps, it makes it easier. But if you put all your chips on content, that's dangerous. But if you start to put stuff out, where in the world would you have an opportunity? And I know everybody's a bit depressed about their impressions on social media because of how competitive it is now and how noisy it is. But even with all of that, with you saying, do you know what, I'm only getting 150 views, 500 views, 300 views, whatever the number, 300 views. Where in the world could you have the opportunity every single day, or as many days as you choose, to share your ideas with 300 people? Where would you have that? There's no other space that you can do that for free. So whilst, yes, it's more competitive, more noisy, and you don't get as much traction as maybe you used to, and I feel that too, where else do I get the opportunity to talk to, in my case, a little bit more, 5,000 people, 10,000 people, whenever I choose? That's the power of this. And sometimes in that quest for more impressions, we forget that actually what's really important is that our content is actually speaking to the right people, because we don't know who those 300 people are. They could be perfect fit buyers listening to us, learning from us, building trust in us, and getting the confidence to say, do you know what, I'm going to invest with you. So those three angles, really important. Circle your topics and just share stuff. If it bombs, it bombs. If it flies, it flies. It's more important that people see and hear from you so that moves people along their buying journey. That gives people more confidence to do business with you. And don't have to be a content machine. And I'll give you one final tip and then I will go, I promise. Set yourself a timer. When you're making a post, set yourself a timer and say, I've got 10 minutes. I know my subtopic and I know I'm putting an angle on it. Okay, I'm going to put an angle on it and go, okay, Elon Musk, LinkedIn profile banner, right? If Elon Musk was joining LinkedIn, here's what I'd tell him about his banner. And maybe I put an Elon Musk picture, a photo of Elon Musk and a bit of text over the top of the image so it grabs people's attention. Set yourself a timer. Two things happen when you set yourself a timer. Number one, you'll actually post something because you're forcing yourself to actually get something done. When you don't time yourself, it becomes an open-ended task, and then you can spend an hour doing something, over-engineer it, overthink it, and never post it. So setting yourself a 10-minute timer forces you to do something in 10 minutes. And set yourself a rule. You'll post it because that's a healthy discipline. If your time's worth $50 an hour or for £50 an hour, right? That's your, when you tot it up, that's how much you're worth in terms of wages. If that's your time and what it's worth, you can only spend 10 minutes on a post. Otherwise, that post costs you 50 quid. That's number one. Number two with the timer, you'll actually get good pretty quickly because you'll start to volume. The discipline of putting stuff out consistently will actually help you get better. You don't get better by spending 2 hours on a post. It doesn't work like that. You get better by doing it over and over and over again to refine your ideas, and two, refine your writing. So I'm going to go. The sun's up in Miami. So I've got 2 workshops today. I'm teaching people how to get leads on their company page with organic content and activities. And then this afternoon, I am teaching about 40 business owners, I think it is, how to get clients on LinkedIn through their profile. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you.